Howdy. In the fall of 2004, Donovan McNabb, a 27-year-old starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, is lining up for a crucial third down. It's week 10 of the NFL season, and the Dallas Cowboys coming into this game are at 3-5, and they need to make a stop to save this game and ultimately their season. As McNabb takes the snap, the pocket collapses, and he scrambles for an agonizing 14.1 seconds. Before he is brought down, McNabb launches the ball down the field for Freddie Mitchell, who makes the catch for a 60-yard gain. The Cowboys would end up losing 49-21 and finish the season with a disappointing 6-10 record. The scramble would go down as one of the longest plays in NFL history that did not involve laterals. And as the shouts of my mom and dad yelling, "Tackle him!" permeate through the house, a peculiar sound rings out through a frail wooden door down the hall. The door to my room, and if you listen very carefully, I'm making my own history. Doing the one thing that 8-year-old TJ wanted to do at that moment. And that was to play the #1 Mortal Kombat game of all time, Mortal Kombat Deception, released in 2004. Shout out to YouTuber Mr. GG for the inspiration of that opening monologue. And yes, Deception takes our top spot, but this is more than just nostalgia talking. Sure, the timing of this game cannot be ignored, as it was introduced to me during the peak of my Mortal Kombat obsession. However, this game, as a whole, has something that I think everyone can enjoy. Let's go ahead and talk about those something-somethings today. My name is TJ Stevens, and this is Mortal Kombat Deception. It was not by chance that the struggle came to be, are fitting words, because trying to get this game was a struggle. Well, the version that I actually wanted. You see, Deception came with a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, and that edition came in 5 separate covers with a combatant on each cover. The combatants included were Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Baraka, Melina, and Raiden. And I obviously wanted the Raiden case, but this is one of the first times I remembered how to use the internet, because I looked up who got who in terms of the case, and it turns out this shit was region locked, so you were getting who you were getting no matter what. And well, my lovely southern region looked out with Baraka. Not ideal, but hey, I got the fucking game, and that's all that mattered. Shout out to my parents for making that birthday wish come true. Once I did boot up the game, I immediately started a tower with Ermac, and I was hooked all over again. The fighting styles and combos remained largely unchanged from Deadly Alliance, but introduced in Deception were stage death traps. An instant victory should you throw your opponent in the trap, or an instant loss should you find the shoe on the other foot. Either way, they were essentially stage fatalities that could happen at any time, and I loved that. Speaking of fatalities, we are back to having 2 per character. We only had 1 per character in MKDA, so this was obviously welcomed. Another finisher that was added was the Harakiri function. Basically, once the finish him screen pops up, you can beat your opponent to the punch and take the last laugh by taking your life along with it. A fun mini game to play with others, but a feature that has not been present in any other Mortal Kombat game to this day. And no, quitalities are not the same. Now you may be asking yourself, why did I play Ermac first? Aren't you a Raiden fan? Well, Raiden, along with half of the fucking roster, they were locked. So the only way that you could unlock them was through the crypt, which costs money. How do you get that money? Play the shit out of towers. At least that's what I thought at first, until I started branching out my curiosity to the many other game modes Deception has to offer. And these game modes are a huge contributor on why this game is #1. First, we have chess combat. It's kinda exactly how it sounds. You and another player simulate a modified game of chess, accompanied by spells and other things you can use to fuck with your opponent. And to me, this was a very fun mode. It felt like I was the only one that ever enjoyed it, but I still have fun with it to this day. Now, is it exactly like chess? No, but I still think you're gonna have fun with it no matter what. And the little changes that they made to make it feel more Mortal Kombat-y, for lack of a better term, I think they were smart decisions and they only enhanced the gameplay. Next, we have puzzle combat, which is pretty much a MK spin on Tetris. But let me tell y'all, there were some days where I played puzzle combat way more than anything else in the game. Yes, really. Which is weird because I was never that big into Tetris, but throw some blood and gore into the mix and I'm all for it. I can still rinse this game mode to this day. Now, as I mentioned, with each game mode I have described, you will collect coins that you can spend in the aforementioned crypt. The crypt does return in Deception, obviously, although it is a little bit smaller than the Deadly Alliance version. We're not dealing with 26 by 26 anymore. I'm not sure what the exact dimensions are, but still, you can unlock quite a bit in this crypt, including character histories, the characters themselves, and Carlos Pacina showcasing many martial art forms that you will find yourself playing in the game. I always remember that Coffin MA unlocked Raiden. Now, you can get a decent chunk of change with these game modes, but the one game mode that will give you the most bang for your buck, well, let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event. Conquest mode returns from Deadly Alliance, but this game mode has been completely overhauled. It is now pretty much a sandbox RPG where you play as our character Shujinko and you see the Mortal Kombat universe through his eyes, a never before seen look at this world that I held so dear to my heart. This mode, Conquest mode, hit it out of the fucking park. The countless hours I spent in Conquest, it's insane. It really is. Just be lucky I couldn't stream back then. They probably would have been 20 hours each stream. Not even joking. Now, the story of Conquest has to do with our protagonist, Shujinko, and he's trying to save the realm as the Elder God's quote-unquote champion. And he's trying to collect certain artifacts to help him in his journey. These artifacts are known as the Kamidogu. Now, to help Shujinko in his quest to find these Kamidogu is his literal guiding light, Damashi. Now, I won't include any spoilers to this 20-plus-year-old game, but it is called Mortal Kombat Deception for a reason. Nevertheless, this story builds up to what we see in the opening cinematic, which, hot take here, I enjoy more than Armageddon's. Objectively, is it better? Probably not. It's definitely not as badass, but I'm a Raiden main, so seeing him nearly defeat the Deadly Alliance by himself always brightened up my mood. And then, as the cutscene plays out, you have the introduction to our final boss for the game, the Dragon King. Onaga makes his appearance for the first time ever in a Mortal Kombat game, and this fucker is such a huge deal that Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, and Raiden had a team up just to put a scratch on this fucker. I love that scene, still love it to this day. And honestly, Onaga, he was always my favorite final boss, even over Shao Kahn. His fight, the fight that you have at the end of your main tower, it's challenging, but it's fair. And that's all I ever wanted out of my video games. I've said enough about this particular game. I can't say enough good things. Please go play this game today if you can get your hands on it. This Mortal Kombat takes our top spot because really, what else do you need? There's so much shit crammed into this. It's a wonder they made any deadlines. I remember Ed Boon made a tweet about it saying that he cannot believe they fit so much content in this game that they did all the way back in 2004. It's a great Mortal Kombat game, but to me, it's a perfect video game. I want to play it right now, and I haven't touched it since like 2021, where I had it on an emulator. Couldn't get enough of this game as a kid, still can't get enough now. But you know, all this to say, it just makes me wonder, where would you place Mortal Kombat Deception on your list? Would you place it lower or take it off entirely? As always, y'all let me know down below. If you have the game, please boot it up right now. You got some work to do, because you gotta remember one thing. Only you can destroy this threat. Born of deception. Y'all stay tuned.